All right, let's jump right in. In the next few minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain on a super powerful tool, one that's often overlooked but can seriously transform your trading strategy. I'm talking about understanding how currencies actually move together. So let me ask you something. What if the markets had a kind of secret language? What if you could understand the hidden connections between different assets? See how a move in one currency could actually hint at a move in another. Well, that's exactly the secret language we're going to decode today. Look, we've all been there, right? You're staring at the charts, and it just feels like noise. So much unpredictable noise. You think you spot a trend, but is it for real? You're worried about risk coming at you from all sides. But what if I told you there's a way to cut through all that chaos and find some real clarity? Okay, so let's get right to it. The key concept here is called currency correlation, and honestly, it sounds more complicated than it is. Put simply, it's just a way to measure how two different assets, say two currency pairs, tend to move. I like to think of it as mapping out the friendships and the rivalries inside the market. Who are the allies and who are the enemies? So how do we actually read these relationships? Well, it pretty much boils down to two main patterns you need to know about. All right, first up, you've got positive correlation. This is when two assets basically move like they're on the same team. A classic example is the euro/US dollar and the British pound/US dollar. A lot of the time, they'll rise and fall together. And then on the flip side, you have negative correlation. This is when they move like rivals. The textbook example here is gold and the US dollar. When the dollar gets stronger, gold often gets weaker, and vice versa. They're like on opposite ends of a seesaw. And the really important thing to get is that this isn't just a hunch or a feeling. It's a measurable relationship. You can actually see, with numbers, just how strongly these assets are behaving like teammates or rivals. And that gives you a seriously powerful edge when you're analyzing things. Now, this idea isn't just stuck in the world of currencies. Nope, it applies all over the place. Think stock indices, commodities. Watching these relationships can actually reveal some pretty major economic trends. Check this out. Here's a perfect real-world example of that negative correlation in action. Back in July of 2024, something really interesting happened. The Japanese yen started to weaken, and at the same time, Japan's main stock index, the Nikkei 225, just soared to record highs. So, what's the connection? Well, a weaker yen makes Japanese exports, like cars and electronics, cheaper for the rest of the world to buy. That boosts the profits of all those big companies on the index. So you see the link? If you see the yen taking a dive, this relationship tells you, hey, maybe I should be looking for some opportunities on the Nikkei. Understanding that connection, that gives you a much deeper insight. Okay, that's the theory. But how do we turn this into actual practical strategies you can use? Let's break down two core plays that really leverage these relationships. Okay, strategy number one is what I call the confirmation play. Think of it like getting a second opinion from a trusted friend before you make a big decision. Let's say you're looking at the euro/USD and you see it's trending up. You're thinking about going long. Before you do, you can glance over at its correlated buddy, the pound/USD. If that pair is also rising, what does that tell you? It confirms there's a wider weakness in the US dollar. It's not just a fluke. And boom, you can enter that trade with way more confidence. All right, our second strategy kind of flips that whole idea on its head. Instead of using assets that move together for confirmation, we're going to use assets that move in opposite directions to protect your portfolio. I mean, this is the classic, don't put all your eggs in one basket advice, but with a twist. By trading pairs that have a negative correlation, you're building a more balanced, more hedged portfolio. Imagine a sudden market shock hits one of your positions hard. Well, because of that negative correlation, that same shock might actually benefit your other position. It helps cushion the blow from volatility and can really smooth out your returns over time. Now, I gotta throw in a super important reminder here. Correlation is an amazing tool for managing risk, but it is not a magic shield. It's not foolproof. Markets are always changing, they're dynamic, and these relationships can weaken or even flip. So you've always got to be ready to adjust your strategy as the market evolves. So you might be wondering, how do the pros track all this with precision? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the toolkit that'll really take your understanding to the next level. Believe it or not, this whole concept can be boiled down to a single number on a simple scale from -1 to +1. A +1? That means they move in perfect lockstep. A -1? Perfect opposites. And if the number is hanging out around 0, it just means there's no real reliable connection between them. Simple as that. So to really get a handle on this, you need the right toolkit. First thing you need to know about are correlation matrices. These are basically grids that give you a bird's eye view of all these relationships at a glance. Super useful. Second, and this is critical, always use fresh, updated data. Remember how I said these relationships can change? Well, they do. And finally, use this info to be smarter about your position sizing. Think about it. If you're trading two pairs that are super highly correlated, you're basically making the same bet twice. You've doubled your exposure. So you might want to dial back your position size to manage that risk. Okay, let's wrap this up and bring it all together. We've talked about what correlation is, we've seen how it works in the real world, and we've walked through a couple of key strategies. So, what does all this mean for your next trade? Look, when you start integrating correlation analysis into your regular routine, you're not just adding a new trick, you are fundamentally upgrading your entire approach to trading. You'll be able to confirm your trade ideas, you'll diversify your risk in a much smarter way, and you'll end up building a strategy that's just more robust and resilient to whatever the market throws at you. Okay, now before you get all excited and rush off to try this, please listen to the single most important piece of advice I can give you. Practice. Seriously. Open up a demo account, play around with it, get a real feel for spotting these correlations and using these strategies where there's absolutely zero risk. This is how you build the confidence and the experience you need to use this tool effectively when your actual money is on the line. So from now on, when you look at the charts, I want you to see something different. Don't just see a bunch of individual assets moving randomly. See the hidden network, the web of relationships that connects them all. Now it's your turn to start looking deeper. So the question is, which hidden market connection are you going to spot first?